Hello and welcome. So today I'm in my garden. It's another beautiful day and it's very hot, so I'm out of the sun. And I want to talk about an experience I had last week, which kind of scared me rather. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sam, and I'm on a mission to help women of mid-years, perimenopause, postmenopausal, to go through that period as easily as possible. So with some of the hints and tips I've learned as a nutritional therapist, but also through my own experience. And I'm also going through my own journey to live a long and healthy life, basically, is what I'm aiming to do. And unfortunately, my father had Alzheimer's, and he had it many years ago when it wasn't well known. In fact, I had to ask, what is that? I didn't know. I think they'd had it on EastEnders, and that was probably about the extent of it. So my father was perhaps an early, he was one of the earlier people to experience that awful disease. And it's something I would not wish on anybody. And it was horrible experiencing that with him. And of course, that's something I don't want to emulate. So last week, I was going to see my financial advisor. And to do that, I get in the car, I go down the dual carriageway, get off at a few junctions down, then go cross country and see him. But I take the same route to the garage where I take my car. And that is on the other side of the dual carriageway. And you have to go on the dual carriageway to get there. So as I was driving down, I saw the garage on the right-hand side and thought, oh yeah, I've got to take my car in at some point. I've got to get a bit fixed. So I got off at the slip road that I should have done. Was still thinking about the car, went round over the dual carriageway, and when I got on the other side, instead of carrying straight on across country, before I realised it, I was on the slip road going back on the dual carriageway. I'd still got it in my mind I was going to the garage. So that scared me. As soon as I realised, I thought, what on earth am I doing? And you may, if you've watched my videos, you may recall a couple of weeks ago, I said, I really am feeling tired. I really need more sleep. And I spoke about the importance of sleep. Well, that experience last week has really given me the kick up the backside to take this more seriously. I had already made some changes, but not sufficient, it would appear. And a lack of sleep is one of those key triggers for many a disease, not just Alzheimer's, but it clearly is a very important factor to keep ourselves healthy. So I've got a few challenges, so I thought I'd share what my challenges are and what I'm going to do about it. So, first challenge is the amount of time I have in the evening to eat dinner, to digest my food, to be able to go to bed and get what I like, which is 8 hours sleep. So I'm getting roughly 7, but really my ideal is around about 8. And I know that because I feel more refreshed with 8 hours. So the difficulty I have is my life currently, I get up early in the morning, I have to be out early. I am home during the middle of the day, then I go out again sort of late afternoon, and I'm not back until sort of early evening. But that restricts me on cooking a good healthy meal and eating it, digesting it before bed, because I need to be in bed pretty early to get the 8 hours, and it's not working. It's just not working for me. So I've decided I have to change my whole structure to be able to get good digestion and good sleep and the amount of sleep I need. And to do that, I'm going to follow what my grandparents did. I'm going to swap, as I'm home in the middle of the day, I'm going to swap my main meal to the middle of the day and have a lighter snack in the evenings, and which would be quicker and easier to digest, hopefully, depending on what I have, and hopefully enable me to get to bed earlier and get my full 8 hours good quality sleep. Because I sleep well. When I go to bed, I fall asleep quite nicely, and I tend to sleep the whole night through, unless the dogs wake me or there's, I don't know, something's going off. But it's very quiet around here, so as you can tell, it's lovely. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think it's going to take some preparation. It's going to take some thought. I need to do some planning. But my kind of idea is that on a Sunday, soups are quite easy to make, and I can make a soup, quite easily freeze it as well. So if I make a big batch, I can freeze it. But soup you can add so much too. You know, it can be full of vegetables. I could add beans to it. It could have some protein in the way of chicken or even fish. I'm not sure about tofu. I'm not experienced enough with that, but I would say there's going to be something there as well. But beans for certain, and also lentils. So that's something I'm thinking, particularly for the winter months. So I seem to just do a button up here. So at the moment, with this gorgeous weather, I tend to prep salads anyway. So I'll wash a lot of lettuce, rinse it, spin it, and then I put it in a dish in the fridge so I can just grab a handful. Well, that's going to be easy. I can do that in the evenings quite easily. And if I cook a few eggs at the beginning of the week, just boil, half a dozen eggs, 2 eggs at a sitting is a nice little bit of protein going in with the salad. I can do bean salads as well. I like to do, as you know, I like to grate with my food processor. I like to grate things like beetroot, carrot, courgette, kohlrabi, radishes would be good. I've done turnips, pretty much anything that I can, I will put in. And I've decided one thing I can do is I like to put a dressing on it pretty much straight away. But if I just put lemon juice on it to stop it oxidizing, that's one thing with prepping ahead. You are perhaps losing some of the nutrients in the food. But if this is during the week to help me to get the sleep I need, then I think this is going to be worth it. But that those vegetables that I've grated, I could use with a dressing, with a salad, and that's going to be quite a lot of carb in that. So but it's not so much chewing, let's say, and you get some great nutrients. But I could stir fry it, and that would be pretty quick. So I could just throw some ginger, garlic, chili in a pan, then chuck in a handful of the shredded veg, and just maybe add some leafy greens, because I've got quite a few leafy greens growing. They take no time at all to cook. And there I've got a really nice, quick dinner. Again, it might be, when it comes to protein, with the stir fry, this does, tempeh and tofu do tend to lend themselves to that. So a bit of preparation with those, and that could work really well. So I'm already thinking salads and soup, which are easy for the evening. And then during the day, I can just take a bit more time to prep a bigger meal. There are going to be challenges. Because I don't eat first thing in the morning, I may end up with eating 2 meals a day. And because I'm fairly active, I'm going to have to make sure I have enough food so I don't lose weight. I suppose I'm fortunate that I can lose weight, but I like to be in control of that. And I know people think, oh, you're lucky you can lose weight quite easily. And I can. There's times I don't, but I can suddenly realise I've lost quite a bit of weight because I've missed a couple of meals. So I've got to be careful about that. But I thought I'd share that. So I'm going to try this, see how it goes. I'll look at the meals I do and share those that are really quick and easy, because I'm not going to be the only one. Whoops, excuse me, just dropped my glasses. I'm not going to be the only one out there who's struggling to cook a meal, eat it, and get some good sleep, allowing time for digestion. So I'm hoping that I might be able to help others with this, because I've been ignoring the sleep issue. I've been aware of it, but I haven't done enough about it. I have started to go to bed earlier, but I still have to, sorry, there's a lovely butterfly beside me. I still have to improve that even more. So, yeah, so I'm sitting outside our old railway wagon. It's falling to pieces, but it's quite nice and shady here, and quiet. down with the birds. So yeah, I'll let you know how I get on. And there was one thing I wanted to add from last week's video about protein. One thing I didn't address was all the foodstuffs I've seen on the shelves which say protein rich or added protein. I would say don't be fooled by marketing hype. Some of these foods are still, at the end of the day, not good. If it's a processed food, stay away from it. And as I proved last week, I'm getting plenty of protein just in an ordinary day's meals. I am actually getting plenty of protein, and I think most people in the Western world are. Those who perhaps on a vegetarian or vegan diet might find it more challenging, but nonetheless I think it's very achievable to get enough protein. So please don't go for those marketing gimmicks which we've seen with vegan this or vegan that, or keto this, keto that, and now protein rich this and protein enhanced that. It's just, let's keep to real food. That's where the goodness is. So I'm going to update you on how I do. I've got a holiday coming up next week, so I will be filming, but it will give me a chance to really focus on my food and my sleep and get things into place for when I hit the ground running again. So if you like these videos, please share them with people who might benefit, and like and subscribe if you would like to, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for joining me.